Claim that reward.
Isn't Sebastian Sallow's family from Belgium?
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
The basics.
Accio.
That is not bad.
Yoink.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Okay.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. That's it! Excellent control there. Stay focused. Very good. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Be sharp. There we go.
See if I can knock yours off.
Accio.
That's it!
Watch this. Phew. Quite impressive.
Oh, come
Let
on!
us see this. Yes! Not exactly your typical lesson.
Accio.
is it? Not that I mind.
That's way too much.
Ouch! Well played.
Your body.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
My Slytherin points.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. There we go.
Accio.
Oh, those boxes are longer than I
Watch
thought they were.
this. That is how it's done.
Oh, it's too much.
Excellent
gosh.
control there.
Here we go. Yes!
This is... Oh, don't knock mine back.
Accio.
I let it go too soon. Fine.
Nicely done.
Still.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
My Slytherin points, sucker.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Glad you understand.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
He's flexing like a Gryffindor flexer would flex.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Admittedly, I did not know that there were other schools of magic out there that weren't Hogwarts. I just thought Hogwarts was the only one.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course.
Revelio.
You can use Accio on humans.
A word
If you...
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grand.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
You interrupted my conversation with that other guy. How dare you?
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Revelio. You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
What do you want?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
That's all you wanted to talk to me about?
Frankly, I'd rather limit my excursions to Hogwarts these days.
Back to this. I guess I'm just gonna have to find another one of these that doesn't make it so nebulous. Oh, so can I Accio that?
Accio.
Yes, I can.
Revelio.
Good to know. There's a actual treasure chest that I can mess around with
No
here.
one sends me owls. Not even on my birthday.
Also, there's a gato.
I don't send many owls to myself, but it is nice to get them. What? Don't look at me like that.
It's been ages since I've sent an owl back home. My father will be worrying. Perhaps next week.
Where does this go?
Revelio.
Tapestry of Barnabas the Balmy.
Revelio.
Astronomy Tower. That's a lot of text. Like maybe that's
Revelio.
important for a puzzle. Do I know? Treasure chest. Periwinkled tailcoat.
Revelio.
Gear. Appearance menu allows you to assign a different visual to pieces of gear you own. Okay. Keep the school uniform, I guess. Looks like somebody that I've seen before. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Election. Challenge it.
Revelio.
Heard a ting. I can't see the ting. Ah, it is beneath me.
Revelio.
Another ting. Wasn't exactly looking for that. Guess that was the ting. I didn't even see that. Outside world looks pretty nice.
Revelio. Lumos.
Ah. What is that? Ooh. Get destroyed. Okay, so I've done that.
Oh, don't do that. That's not necessary.
That's up here. Right here.
Lumos. Accio. Revelio. Lumos.
Oh, do I have to bring this back to the painting? Aha. Interesting.
Revelio.
Very, very interesting.
Revelio.
I met some of my best friends in flying. Nothing creates a bond like thinking you're all about to die.
I enjoy having lunch down by the lake.
Revelio.
Classroom. consult map. Side quests. Available side quests can be found inside regions of Hogwarts marked as that. Discovered by exploring the world. These quests offer experience but do not advance the main story. So you're implying that there is a side quest. The library annex.
Revelio.
Oh, maybe the door doesn't open because it has to load. Definitely some chugging going on in the new areas.
Revelio.
Having a really hard time actually seeing what the noise pointing to.
Revelio. Accio.
With that double yoink.
Revelio.
Much farther away.
He's absolutely sweet on me. I'm sure of it.
What am I missing?
Around me, he's crooning at me.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something
Lumos.
illuminating that solves the mystery.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Patrick Redding is surprisingly somber, considering
Near
he runs
some
a-
stairs. There's the column. Probably somewhere around over here.
Don't you find it chilly in the greenhouse? It always surprises me how cool it is.
Revelio.
Let's see it over here.
Quite a few hamlets outside of Hogwarts. I'm going to find it in order to-
Are there any? Oh, there's some columns over here
There's
too.
not 1 week gone by I haven't had a hound.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
Grab the butterfly.
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Or the moth.
Someone's parents can hung my
Torn whether you want to play this or not. Does this have Japanese voice acting? I doubt it.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Where is she?
He said I had a complexion like a hippocampus egg.
Actually curious whether Harry Potter is a thing in Japan. Let's see if there are language options. Arachnophobia mode. I'm not seeing anything that lets you select whatchamacallit.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Revelio.
Okay, there's another side quest somewhere around here.
Professor Sharp asked me what we will do with them. Ah.
Huh.
Revelio.
Oh dear. I shall get in trouble for this.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Amit told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Oh yeah, just have me get in trouble with the Scribner.
Why did Amit tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Sounds like Gryffindor. Doing Gryffindor things.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Revelio.
Ban on magic in the library.
Revelio. Accio.
Yoink.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Well, let's read it. A lady's diary is always filled with juicy secrets. Today was a good day. That is, until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace, thinks he knows everything. Everything there is to know about potions. Always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. Utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Our Broath, Smokies again tonight for dinner, becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. This ain't no diary.
Accio.
Where's your secrets?
Revelio.
Treasure chest. In here. Have to get rid of the fire. Something like Dousio, the Flamio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
Hear a ting. It is nearby. All right, let's go upstairs.
Revelio.
See any flying books? The old librarian.
Revelio.
Really loud right here. There.
Lumos.
Okay. It's an interesting one.
Revelio. Accio.
There you are.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
And have you seen how these professors
Lumos.
Come with me. Soon you'll see. And yeah, that how definitely was accusatory. Forgot to mention that as well. Some people just don't believe in other people.
Distracting myself.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Yeah, Gryffindor scum.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
And you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next. Should never have trusted them.
Relationship quest. Gryffindor scum.
I could spend all my galleons.
Any more side quests? Does not appear to be so. Look, 150 field guide pages? Holy cow. Demiguise statue. So presumably there will be a side quest that will teach me about
And just on Fizzing Whizbee.
this.
It's my favorite place in the entire...
Then I'll be able to figure it out. Hopefully. Alrighty, let's go do the main story.
Revelio.
There's an owl up there.
Accio.
Cannot Accio the owl.
Revelio.
Maybe that's not...
In trouble, are we? Been up to no good? Thought as much.
Maybe it is. Giggle loud right there. So just assume that it is doing that for treasure chest. It would be kind of cool if I could disable that for treasure chest.
Revelio.
I want to hear the noise for like pages and stuff.
I wonder how we can do it. Well, not if he's there.
Revelio.
To the dark arts.
Stupefy! Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Protego!
Protego? That complicates things.
Stupefy.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Stupefy.
All the
Levioso.
students with this adept. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Protego.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Get destroyed.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is
Revelio.
dismissed.
You jeweled
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Revelio.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
Plus 20 HP.
What are you up to now?
Who said that?
My cousin was transfigured into a mouse last year. Took hours to get her to come out from under the bed.
You are being burned alive, and quite the happy demeanor about it.
Revelio.
Just saying, you think she was the winner of the Wizarding School's Potions Championship the way she carries herself? And she's a first year. No need to look at me like that. And I know what you're about to say, but hold your tongue. I do not talk about her all the time. You haven't seen her about, have you?
Odd painting? Definitely odd. Some side quests over here. The Brattleby. Oh, there's a thing here.
Lumos.
I don't know where that is, but I've seen it before. I've seen it before.
There's a rumor.
I feel like it's pretty far away. Oh, no. I think it's here.
Revelio.
Somewhere around here. There it is.
Revelio.
And with the yoink.
Revelio. Protego. Revelio.
Revel.io.
Lumos.
With me, pretty soon you'll see.
Revelio.
How annoying must it be for you just be having a conversation and someone just walks up to you and is like, Revelio. What's your delio? Revelio.
Whee! Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
These peeves will make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Revelio.
Haunted toilets. Oh, the other side must have been the women's side.
Revelio.
There's a cake-like thing going on there. Why is the slice smaller than the cake-like thing? certain order that you have to do that in.
Revelio.
Lachlan the Lanky. The Lanky.
Revelio.
Of Argyll. Argyllshire?
Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Revelio.
Is definitely going on. This guy is rocking out. Hey man, what's up?
Revelio.
Aqua?
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Levioso.
Surprised that worked. Let's save before we get bodied here. It's also time to mark.